Hi guys, it's Drea. I'm already halfway done my makeup because this is a palette bingo gauntlet. Now, if you don't know what that means, we'll go through it. There's a few different steps. This is a multiple palette bingo gauntlet. I have done this one other time on my channel. I loved it. This is challenging. It forces you to be creative and it forces you to step out of your comfort zone, which is why I love doing it. Palette bingos have been around forever. I don't know who created them, but basically it's about taking 5 different random shades and creating a look with it. The palette gauntlet part of it was created by Smacy, which I will link to her channel. She is amazing. We have collabed before. Where basically you're not allowed to pick all 5 colors at once. You're only allowed to pick them one at a time. You have to apply that color and you can't go back. So wherever you put it, that's where it goes. That is what makes this really challenging. I love that idea. And then the multiple palette part is something that I came up with. So basically instead of taking 1 palette, we've got 5 palettes to deal with, people. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. We have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which is gonna be number 1. Anastasia Modern Renaissance is number 2. The BH Cosmetics Nouveau Neutrals is number 3. The BH Cosmetics Zodiac is number 4. And then Natasha Denona Green Brown palette is number 5. If you've never done this before, I encourage you to try. It's so much fun and it makes you learn and it makes you be creative. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is pick a palette. We have numbers 1 to 5 and it will generate for us a number. And that number is number 5, which means we're going to start with the Natasha Denona Green Brown palette here. There's 28 shades in this palette, so 1 through 7, 14, etc., down to 28. So now I'm going to put in the number 28 and it's going to pick our shade. You guys, it literally picked number 1. See in that purple bar where it says result, it picked number 1. How often does that happen? Like honestly, is that really random? Okay, well this actually works out really well because this is a satin color, but it can almost act as a matte color. So I'm gonna use this as my transition shade because a lot of the time with these palette bingo gauntlets, you sit around waiting for a transition shade, hoping, crossing your fingers one will come. And sometimes, you know, you don't get what you ask for. So I'm going to use this as my transition. Like I said, it's a satin, but it can definitely mimic a matte. So I'm just going to put this right, not even in my crease, above my crease. I have a lot of space for my crease up to the bottom of my brow. So where a lot of people would put their transition right in the crease, I kind of have to put it above because otherwise I have so much space up here that it looks strange. So we're going to just do that. This is actually really perfect now because I don't have to worry about a transition shade coming along. I can just now put whatever colors come my way wherever I want them to go. I did leave powder under my eye to catch fallout because I have a lot of palettes here. Some of them do have fallout. The only thing is though, if I decide to put one underneath my lash line as that color, I'm gonna have to wipe it away. So, all right, moving on. These are gonna be palettes number 1 to 4. They're just gonna be though in the same order. So generate 1 to 4 and the result is 3. I'm not going to hold this up to the camera every time. You guys are just going to have to trust me. Okay, so that means that it's the BH Nouveau Neutrals. We're getting the 2 white palettes out of the way first, which is nice because they always throw off the color balance in the video, so get them out of the way. This is a 26 color palette. However, a couple of these are blushes and I don't really want to use them in the look. So I'm really just going to go for these 3 rows. So I'm just going to treat this as if it's 21 colors. So 1 through 7, 8 through 14, and then 15. 15 through 21. Jeez, man. Okay, number 20, which means we are dealing with this pink right here. I feel like this is going to be a nice all over the lid shade. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel like this is the point in time we should get a little up close and personal. So here's this color right here. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to take it on a MAC 242. This is kind of like a very peachy pink. And I'm going to put it just on like the inner part of my eye. I almost wonder if I should wet this because it is coming across. It's so hard when you don't do the other colors too because you don't know like how it's gonna blend. I actually have done this twice before. One time though the footage did not come out, but it still stayed with me enough to where I was like, I love this. I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things now to do That shadow just flew across my lid and down here. See that? See all that fallout from this color? Let's just kind of wipe that away a little bit because it's just excess. So now we have palette 1 through 3. And we're generating number 3, which is the Zodiac palette. I actually think I might do 2 colors from this palette because it's very hard to pick like where to start. It's a circle. So it's like, okay, what do we do here? So I was thinking maybe what I should do is pull from this palette twice. And I can do them both now, but do one from the inner colors and one from the outer colors. So why don't we do that? I'm gonna start with the green and we're gonna go around this way. So this will be number 1. Between number 1 and 12, we have number 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've used this color quite a bit lately. So that's actually kind of cool. I think I'm gonna put it right in my crease. Yeah, we're gonna put this right in the crease and bring it over slightly above the pink. What I'm gonna do though, after I put this here, is I'm going to take a clean blending brush and blend that out a little bit more into the transition shade. There's a lot of kickback from these shadows. I really have been enjoying this palette. I've used it now maybe like 4 or 5 times and I really love it. I love the colors. I think these colors blend so nicely. The mattes and the metallics are very like molten. But the one drawback to this palette is the kickback. There's a ton of it. So I'm just going to take a completely clean brush and really just blend my heart away here for a second. Starting from Sagittarius and going around, I'm going to pick between number 1 and 12. And it's coming up with number 10. So that is Aquarius. Oh my gosh. I was just looking at this color the other day and wondering, I haven't used it yet, wondering if it is duochrome. Let's just swatch it for a sec. Yes, it's definitely duochrome. It's an orange to yellow shift. I actually wish I would have had this to put on my lid because it looks beautiful. I was thinking about doing this in a look all by itself with like a yellow and pink look, but like this all over the lid. I'm really looking forward to doing something like that. For this though, let's just try putting this on the outside where we didn't put the pink shade. I feel like this is like primary school colors, you guys. Like this to me looks like, oh, this looks like in grade school, like the colors your kindergarten class walls would be painted. I think it is pretty juvenile looking at the moment. And also, I know, look, this is crazy, isn't it? I think what I'm gonna do actually is grab some Fix Plus and redo that yellow. Look at the difference. Look at the difference with Fix Plus. No Fix Plus. At this point I am gonna wipe away this powder because even though I still have a few more shades to go, this is really throwing me off looking at that. It's hard to put an eye look together sometimes because it just looks so messy. So there's only these 2 palettes left, 1 and 2. That's gonna decide the order that we do the last 2. So we're gonna go with Modern Renaissance first. 14 shades in here, 1 through 7, 8 through 14. And we got number 3. That's this one right here. This is the shade Vermeer. So this obviously I think is gonna be the inner corner color and maybe even brow bone, I think. I still haven't done anything underneath my lash line, so hopefully we can get something good from the Too Faced palette. Right there. And I think I will just put just a teensy bit under the brow. This is so 80s. That's what this really is. This is an 80s, like 80s rock look maybe? I don't know. This is something 80s though. There are 16 shades in this palette. And we have number 13. It's right here, gold dipped. So I guess I'm gonna put this under my lash line. I could just do nothing under the lash line and try to put this somewhere else, but it's not really the best under the lash line color because it's so, I don't know, it's like just metallic. But I guess I can just bring it over here. If I was going to change anything about this, I would add something to the outer V, like something probably a lot deeper and darker, maybe even like black. And I definitely feel like I want to go back over that pink and build it back up. That's the only thing I don't like about the Gauntlet part of this, is the fact that the rules say you can't go back. But you know what? I'm going to break that rule right now. I'm just going to go back and add some more of that pink because I feel like it's kind of got a little bit lost. And also, if I know Smacy and her rules, she would say they're meant to be broken. So I know she wouldn't mind. So I'm just gonna just build this up just a little bit more and also try to blend it into that that yellowy shade again. A little bit better. Okay, I think this definitely calls for a black matte winged eye. So I'm gonna do that and we'll be right back. Okay, so obviously I did a lot of eyeliner. So we did the wing. I also put on some of this Maybelline Gigi Hadid. This is so creamy, and whenever I want to do a smudgy liner, this is what I'll use. So this is what I did on the bottom here. I just took it about that far out and I smudged it with a Q-tip. And then of course lashes. So a lot of people say, why do you cover up like your eyeshadow look with lashes? Hey, listen, I am not of that camp. I think eyelashes, the bigger the better sometimes. These are just ones I got from eBay. They're just really big, voluminous lashes. They say Y7 on them. I don't know. Whenever you get them from China, from eBay, it like could be anything. But they're just super big. I just wanted to contrast the light pastel look with the black and lashes, because I think that otherwise it would just look a little too juvenile. So I think that I am enjoying what we ended up with. So now I'm just gonna bronze it up with some Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in medium. I love this bronzer so much. I feel like my kind of base was kind of bronzy anyway, but you can always add more. So to keep this, again, not from looking too juvenile, and by the way, I should say, when I started this, this is not what I thought we would end up with at all. Okay, I'm gonna use some Tarte Exposed just because this is so neutral that it works so much of the time for when you don't know what to do, you go for Exposed. And I'm going to use this. This is the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder in Precious Petals. I'm just going to line my lips with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And again, for something a little more neutral, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Dolce. So So here is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think. Completely different than what I thought we would end up with, but that's how this goes. That is the whole point of this. But I always have fun doing these, and I will be doing more for sure. Definitely subscribe if you like that kind of content. Give this video a thumbs up too, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Mwah!